is up, Gospel Rockin' Radio family? Welcome once again to On the Rock. I am your host, Josh Merrihew. For about the next 90 minutes, we're going to take a look at some of the classics of Christian rock music. You know, Christian rock music has been around for a long time. Some of y'all have only been listening for a few years. Some of y'all, like me, have been listening all your lives. Some of you are somewhere in between. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it this week. I want to start off with Ashley Cleveland. I love me some Ashley Cleveland. I've described Ashley as, this is what Janis Joplin would sound like if Janis could actually sing. No offense to any Janis Joplin fans among us, and I occasionally listen to some Janis, but I do love me some Ashley Cleveland. This is her classic cover of the Rolling Stones' Gimme Shelter. It's our cover of the week, and it's kicking us off on the rock on Gospel Rockin' Radio, the Grr.
Oh, the storm is there.
RRR Gospel Rockin' Radio, the GERR, that's LIAISON with Kick It Down. Before that, Idle Cure with Breakaway, and we kicked it off with Ashley Cleveland and her cover of the Rolling Stones' Gimme Shelter on Gospel Rockin' Radio, the GERR. Now it's time for our modern homage cut of the week. These guys are local to me, so I've seen them several times. I've hung out with them. They're just amazing people. Those of you who have listened to Gospel Rockin' Radio for any length of time, these guys are no strangers to the GERR. When I heard their latest single, I was talking to Jamie about this, and I said that I got that groove, that classic 70s feel, maybe a little bit of Kiss, that type of thing. The bass is walking all over the place. The drums are just, there's a tight groove going on there. Anyway, this is the newest single from 13 Minutes. It's Cult Leader on Gospel Rockin' Radio, the GERR.
I have always told you some version of the truth. Hear the sermon so empty and hollow. It's just another day. Those words I no longer follow. I don't think I will stay. When we come to take us all, lining us up to take the fall, draw you in with the devil's eyes, leaving no room for compromise. Cult leader, cult leader, cult leader, cult leader. Victim, sins to the Father, handed down. Suffer, but why should I bother when there's no way out? Watch as the blind lead the blind. If you disown me, then I'll respawn in kind. Victims, like so many others, who will save me now? Tempting, the message so cheated, the tangle web we weave. Try to recall, but the memory faded, and I can never leave. When only come to take us all, I never stop to take the fall. Throw you in with the devil's eyes, trap the compromise. Cult leader, cult leader, cult leader, cult leader, cult leader. Victims, sins to the Father, handed down. Suffer, but why should I bother when there's no way out? Watch as the blind lead the blind. If you disown me, then I'll respawn in kind. Victims, like so many others, who will save? Cult leader, 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 Can I just explain as I know how to tell you? I've never lied to you. I never have lied to you. Lied to you. Lied to you.
feeling better now that I understand just what you require. And I know that I'll win 'cause I can, knowing that you set the standard for me.
Oh yeah, Dennis Cameron and the boys from Canada, Angelica there with Cover Me. Before that, 13 Minutes and Cult Leader on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr. Now, it's time for our double play of the week. I've been listening to Guardian for a number of years. We're going to go back to the album Miracle Mile. This is Long Way Home. It's on Gospel Rockin' Radio, VRR, The Grr.
inside of me. On my knees, I pray you'll set me free. I know you hurt, but I really do understand. Oh, I'm the one who held your pain when I became a man. Oh, speak to me so I hear something. Oh, turn my eyes so I can see. Ooh, you touch fear and I feel something. Whoa, sit down, things should come for me. Tell me where I long to be. Pick me up and carry me. Oh, I need your love, it's such a long way home. Even though I fall sometimes, nothing here can change my mind. Lord, I need your love, it's such a long way home. Take me where I long to be. Pick me up and carry me. Oh, I need your love, it's such a long way home. Even though I fall sometimes, nothing here can change my mind. Lord, I need your love, it's such a long way. Oh, such a long way home. Yeah. Pick me up on my low. Can you feel the power? Listen up, back on my feet. I finally broke loose and I've got something to say.
yeah, Jamie Rowe, David Bach, Carl Ney, Tony Palacios. That's Guardian from the Fire and Love album. That's the title track, Fire and Love. Before that, Long Way Home from Miracle Mile. That's probably my favorite album of theirs. But they're all just absolutely delicious. That's our double play of the week, and it's on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr. Alright, I'm in a bit of a metal mood today, so we're going to bring you 3 tracks in a row here from some hardcore metal sounding stuff. I remember in the early 90s when I first heard this cover of Rich Mullins' Awesome God. Unashamed was one of those early tooth and nail, spirit-filled hardcore bands. Anyway, this is Unashamed with Awesome God on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr.
Shelter, run to every generation, to every generation. Sanctuary from the storm, to every generation, to every generation. Run! Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. You have been a shelter, run to every generation, to every generation. Sanctuary from the storm, to every generation, to every generation. Run! Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God.
Yeah, Ted Kirkpatrick and company. That's Tourniquet from the Stop the Bleeding album with You Get What You Pray For. Before that, a little classic Southern California thrash out of the Sanctuary scene. Roger Dale Martin has been giving a history of this on his Facebook page and in print. So if you're interested in the Vengeance Rising story from beginning to end, you might want to pick up his book, This Is How It Happened. Anyway, the rest of the band, Roger Dale Martin and that whole crew, went on to become Die Happy. But that was from the first album, Vengeance Rising, the Human Sacrifice album. That was White Throne. Now it's time for our vinyl play of the week. This is Bloodgood from the Detonation album. This is Shakin' It. It's on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr.
Talking about nobody else. You got enough trouble by yourself. Your heart's broken and so is mine. You better watch what you get next time. Well, there's a man who lives upstairs. He's the one who answers prayers. Let the holy Roman dance begin as the saints come marching in. Shake it, shake it, party, shake it, shake it, party, shake it, shake it, party, shake it. Jesus said nobody never been found. He got caught with his own pants down. Can't imagine how he must have felt. He should have tightened up his Bible belt. Shaking, shaking his body, shaking, shaking his body, shaking, shaking his body, shaking it.
Shaking his body, shaking. Ooh yeah. Who will stand and who will fall? Who will be there after all? He's shaking, shaking his body.
Shaking, shaking his body, shaking, shaking his body, shaking, shaking his body, shaking it. Shaking, shaking his body, shaking, shaking his body, shaking, shaking his body, shaking it.
is never complete. And though he promises all war, you lie a slave at his feet. Don't you know the world is his dominion? Can't you see that you're bound in his chain? The time is short, so take your strength and walk with me. Oh, he'll fill up your ears and he'll dazzle your eyes. But don't believe what he's saying, 'cause he's the father of lies. In your heart, don't you know that he'll betray you? In the end, he will drag you away, till all the world is crying for the judgment day. And he's falling, always falling, from the height of the morning star. Though his light's still shining brightly, it's the mask of the great deceiver, the great deceiver. Though the truth has walked among us, and the words that he spoke will remain, there's a heartbreaking blindness upon us. All our efforts to be free are in vain without the gift of love. We're lost without well, he never will rest until his evil is done. And he don't want you to know your freedom's already won. Don't you know the world is his dominion? Can't you see he keeps it in chains? Oh, time is short, so take your strength and walk with me. Falling, always falling, from the height of the morning star. Though his light still shining
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for that great Deceiver. That's KERRY LIVGREN, formerly of Kansas, from the album Seeds of Change. That's Mask of the Great Deceiver. You might recognize his guest there. That's Ronnie James Dio coming in on the vocal there. Now it's time to take it to the early 90s. From the album Reach of Love, the Inner City Chicago Boys, Glenn Kaiser and the boys of Resurrection Band, boys and girls, because Wendy's in there too. From the album Reach of Love, this is Heart's Desire on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Girl.
Before the night
than we did yesterday. So it's up to us to unite. You wanna fight the power? You need the power to fight. And can we sing with purpose if we all love the same God? Can we agree to disagree? And so we cry with purpose to the only God in all the universe who holds us in his hands. No more time for us to bicker and complain. If I call by the same name, nowhere for us to lay the blame. Set for ourselves, and if we doubt of our own self, they come alive as God's flesh, that makes us family. Deeper than death, but we don't act so tight. When there's a back to fight, are we less like a family and more like a fist fight? Are we there but not quite? Are hypocrites children of light? And can we sing with purpose if we all love the same God? Can we agree to disagree? And so we call purpose to the only God in all the universe who holds us in his hands. And can we sing with purpose if we all love the same God? Can we agree to disagree? And so we call with purpose to the only God in all the universe who holds us in his hands.
Oh yeah, there's a couple from my mom, Debbie. I hope you're listening today. If you're not, that's okay. You should be though. Mom was the one that bought that album. That's OC Supertones with One Voice from the Chase the Sun album. I remember her bringing that album home, and she's like, "No, that's not for you. It's for me." I had to copy it since I wanted a copy of it. Before that, MYLON, LEFEVRE, and Broken Heart, and the classic from 1981, Free Man, on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr. Now it's time for something that's a little unusual for Gospel Rockin' Radio. When you think of rock and roll, you don't typically think of Amy Grant. She's been known as the queen of Christian pop since the early 80s, with some classic crossover stuff starting in about the mid-80s, starting with the Unguarded album, moving into Heart in Motion, and all those albums that got a lot of secular play as well as Christian radio play. But in the early 80s, she did a tour that was recorded for the In Concert Volume 1 and Volume 2 albums, and the DeGarmo and Key Band played backup for her. So, from In Concert Volume 2, this is Too Late. It's Amy Grant on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr.
When it's too late for walking in the middle, too late to try, and it's too late for sitting in the balance, no more middle line. Oh, it's too late for walking on fences, time to choose your side, and it's too late for flirting with the darkness. Make up your mind.
Well, I rolled out of my bed, I was feeling semi-dead, so I wandered from the bedroom to the coffee. Then I woke up to the sound of little people all around me, relentless noises from that TV there beside me. And they told me what to wear, how to smell, and do my hair, and how to charge a new car I'll be buying. I just sat and soaked it in. All these people, all my friends, it never dawned on us that they could all be lying. People in a box, TV personalities, they show me how to live in specific generalities. People in a box, out of bed, tournament, how much do I learn from people in a box? Well, I completely bought it all, revolving credit wall to wall, without a payment till September '89. Can I run? Can I escape? Are they alive or just on tape? They seem so worldly and so welcome to the eye. Heavy pressure from the start, TV madness stole our heart. Black and white and vivid color turned to gray. Daytime soaps, they're not clean. Nighttime cops blast through our screen. We're an invading, living on display. People in a box, TV personalities, they show me how to live in specific generalities. People in a box, out of bed, tournament, how much do I learn from people in a box?
Sultans of video activity, truly the masters of my destiny.
Was I created in the image of Trinitron?
Can Jesus ever endorse mediocrity while we consume hours of program philosophy?
Will we ever run off? Is as easy to turn as on?
Heavy pressure from the start, TV madness stole our heart. Black and white and vivid color turned to gray. Daytime soaps, they're not clean. Nighttime cops blast through our screen. We're an invading, living on display.
People in a box,
TV personalities, they show me how to live in specific generalities.
people in a box,
Out of bed, tournament, how much do I learn from people in a box? TV personalities, they show me how to live in specific generalities.
people in a box,
Out of bed, tournament, how much do I learn from people in a box? TV personalities.
yeah, every girl and boy, defend your joy. It's the Echoing Green. And Defend Your Joy, that's the Buck Rogers remix from the Aurora 7.2 project. Before that, Farrell and Farrell from the Jump to Conclusions album with People in a Box. It's on Gospel Rockin' Radio, The Grr. Now, back when that album was recorded, that song was recorded, statistics said that teenagers and kids and even adults were watching hours and hours and hours and hours of television on a daily basis. Now, I think a lot of that screen time now has shifted to other things. Maybe you're on your phone or you're on the internet on your tablet, you're surfing the internet, you're doing whatever. I know a lot of people are spending a lot of time on their phones, so I'm thankful that you're spending your time with us. I hope you're enjoying On the Rock here on Gospel Rockin' Radio. Keep listening to Gospel Rockin' Radio all day. I know Tony's got some great stuff coming up for the rest of the day, and I believe you'll enjoy it and be blessed by it. I'm going to leave you with one more cut today. Before we go, this is going to be the Altar Boys with You Are Loved. Before we go, I do want you to remember the words of Romans 1:17. It tells us the just shall live by faith. Until next time, keep standing on the rock. God bless.
In the city, they just don't go away. Out here in your end frustration,